Hello everyone, welcome to Black Arrow Gaming. I'm Bob and this is the first episode in my Age of Wonders 3 Advanced Strategy tutorial.
I got nothing else to do today.
Hi everybody, welcome to Black Arrow Gaming. I'm Bob, and that was Virgil, and this is Aegis. This is the 63rd episode. Oh my
Regrowth.
gosh, it's an all-you-can-eat buffet.
So I'm guessing I didn't even
Oh.
need to.
You didn't need Steadfast, because he's healing himself from eating the troll. Hey everybody, welcome to Black Arrow Gaming. I'm Bob, and we are here for the big one. This is Age of Wonders 3 Advanced Strategy. This is the 10th actual Age of Wonders series I've done, if you include the co-op ones. This is the 1 versus 7 game. This is what I've been looking forward to doing for a very long time, kind of been building up to over the course of many different series, and I think I'm ready to go. I'm so excited for this one. Now this is going to be a long game, just going to give you guys a heads up, because 1 versus 7, that's a lot of computers to take out. We're also going to be playing on an extra large map to try to give them as much room to expand as possible. I want to make it a good tough game, try to avoid them getting too clustered together. I'll talk a little bit more about the map settings in a second here. Actually, we'll do that now. But we do have Emperor difficulty, extra large map. I'm making it a land map just because the computers tend to not handle water very well. And normal game flow, 8 players. We'll go into the advanced settings. Now, the only thing I'm changing in here, I'm leaving in both surface and underground. The only thing I'm changing in here is I'm setting the start distance to far, and I'll show you guys a little bit of testing I did off camera with some screenshots I took of like different start locations. I'll show you guys that during the loading screen, since it is going to take it a minute to load this map up. Everything else should be fine on the medium and average settings. Geography is normal as per usual. So here we are at the game menu. Now I'm going to go ahead and set up teams and get everybody on team 2 before I forget to do that. Classic turns and fine. I'm going to be selecting the leaders for this series, as you guys just saw. We'll be seeing some familiar faces this time around, and got include AI leaders checked there. This is actually my second attempt at recording this because I forgot to check that box or a circle. Always manual combat, always ask. Those are fine the way they are. Advanced rules. Everything in here should be fine. Normal game speed, standard resources, normal skills. These are pretty much all normal settings. Heroes do not have resurgence. Very strong defenders. I know that there has been some. We've gone back and forth on this a couple times, but I basically decided to have more fun playing on very strong defenders. I know the AI doesn't always handle clearing structures quite as well when you have very strong defenders on, but heck, I enjoy it more. So it's more of a fun challenge in the early game rather than a grind. So yeah, I'll have that as very strong. Cosmic Happenings we'll leave at medium, and the heroes max level at 30 with 5 total heroes. And then these settings are all on their normal values, I believe. So we're going to apply that, and I think that is it. Classic turns. Yeah, everything looks good to me. So we're going to go ahead and launch the game. Now, for this one, it's going to be something a little different. Like I said, we're going to be seeing some familiar faces, but first off, let's talk about my new leader. Now, this is a brand new setup for me. I just created this leader yesterday. We've got Keeper of the Peace, Adept, and Master, which is something I haven't done before, and I picked this specific setup for a couple reasons. For one thing, on a big map like this, Keeper of the Peace I think is really good, because there's so many independent cities, and Keeper of the Peace generally makes it easier for you to absorb them. But I think the Frostlings also have some interesting synergies with Keeper of the Peace, specifically those Archangels that I'm going to talk about probably after the game starts, so I can have access to some other menus I want to show you guys. So more about that later. For Wild Magic, this was kind of a tough one. There was one of three that I was debating between. One of them was the Explorer one, so I could get Master Cartographer and explore the whole map. But I kind of decided against that because I wasn't sure. For one thing, I almost felt like that would take away some of the fun of the game because I like the exploration aspect, and I suspect some of you probably do too. But for another thing, I think Wild Magic just fit my goals for this series a little better. The other one I was considering was the Creation Magic, just to really go all in on that good guy theme that I'm going for in this one. But the reason I didn't do that, well, part of the reason that I did want to do that was a little counterintuitive, because Frostlings, generally speaking, like snow and ice, but Frostling's not going to be my exclusive race in this one because I'm playing as Keeper of the Peace. I anticipate incorporating a lot of other races. And typically the independent cities start in places, in climates that they're familiar with and like anyway. Draconians and Volcanic and Temperate. Frostlings tend to start in the ice, that kind of thing. So I don't see the need to have that that cleanse the land terraforming capability. I do think it's nice to clean up Springs of Life and stuff like that if a Necromancer corrupts them. But Wild Magic, I think, is a bit more handy for me, primarily for three reasons. For one thing, Degenerate is amazing. It's one of the best combat skills in the game, in my opinion. Minus 60% resistance to everything is awesome, and it's made even better by the fact that one of those resistances lowers is the resistance to shock, which will make all of my support units with School of Enchantment as a sorcerer more likely to stun enemy units, or stun a specific unit that I want to target with the Degenerate spell. Also, other effects more likely to occur as well. So yeah, I think Degenerate is crazy useful. I think the heart structure bonus, which I want to try to get as many heart structures as I can in this game, I think that will be really, really handy, that plus 10 mana that you get out of that. And there was one more. You know what? Let me check my notes here. Oh yeah, Lesser Elementals. Also really nice for the Sorcerer in particular because of Age of Magic. I'm going to be able to summon those for half cost. Sorcerers tend to do really well with summons, and having Lesser Elementals handy I think could be really useful, especially when I can evolve them, since they all evolve given enough experience, which shouldn't be hard to get on a map of this size. So that's kind of what I'm going for here. So we'll go ahead and leave starting position at default, and adjust my mic a little bit there. We'll go ahead and click start, and I believe it lets me pick the other races after this. Yes, the other players. So we're going to be going through, and like I said, some old classes. We're going to start by adding the initial very first class I made, my my High Elf Arch Druid. This isn't a pure recreation because I did since add Adept of Earth rather than Partisan, mostly because of some of the confusion surrounding how invisibility actually works. I think I have a pretty good grasp on that now, but I gave him Earth Magic because I felt like that powered him up a little bit and also allowed him to expand underground. My goal with this guy was originally spread snow everywhere on the surface with Air Magic, and then be okay at underground because I could cast that thing that makes your cities happy in subterranean terrain. So he's not a pure recreation of my initial character, but I think he is a little better than what he used to be, so I decided to leave it at this anyway. So I think I click start, and it should just cycle me through. The selected primary color has already been taken by another character. Would you like it to get... Yeah, he's going to have a random primary color because I am the white color. So some of these guys may look a little weird with their color schemes, but that's okay. Alright, so for the second character I made, we're going to go for my Advanced Strategy Series 2, Dovahkiin. This guy, and I believe the rest of them as well, have remained pretty much unchanged from their original forms. He spreads temperate stuff, temperate terrain everywhere, and also is a Shadowborn for that nice lifesteal on things and a few other reasons, but select him. We'll leave it at default. For the Halfling... for the next character, actually the next one in the line that I did was Elsewhere Whitemane here, my Tigran Rogue, an Explorer, a Greyguard Adept, and Adept of Earth. I'm thinking about leaving these start positions or putting some of them underground intentionally, but I think for the sake of just we're going to let the computer decide that. Sometimes it does put them underground. So even on default settings, depending on the race. So they may or may not start underground. After Elsewhere, let's see, that was 3 of them, so we have 4 more to select. I believe the next one up is Frodo Stabbins from one of my co-op series with Jake and Dan. And as you can see here, I'm kind of going for a theme. Every enemy is a different race and a different class, since I've cycled through all of the classes at this point, and I've cycled through all of the races except the poor humans have not gotten a place in the spotlight. But this guy is basically built Expander plus Greyguard Master, basically built to make his undead really, really happy. And it's hard for other people to lower undead happiness since they ignore a lot of morale penalties. And since he's a halfling, all those happy units get lucky. So that was kind of my overarching strategy with him. Let's see, we've got the next one. I believe there are 3 more left to select. I know what the last 2 were. Let me see if I can find who number 4 was. Was that... Ah, yes. Tomak Beard, the Dwarf Dreadnought. Pretty standard for a Dreadnought. I thought Shadowborn was a good fit for him, plus Master of Earth. Basically, he's just built to be an absolute massive steamrolling tank. And I am not looking forward to running into him. He is probably going to be very, very powerful. Now we're down to the last 2. We've got Ganon here from the Ganon and Karzan series. We'll see if Karzan makes a return in this one. I kind of hope so. Ganon is going to be particularly scary because he's got that Destruction Master. So, he can one-shot stuff, basically, and that's always terrifying for me. I'm going to want him out of the game pretty quickly. He's also got Shadowborn Adept, just basically pure evil on this guy, oddly enough for being a Theocrat. So we'll leave that at default. And then, of course, the selected primary color, yeah, he's going to have to be something other than the black color that I gave him. And then for the final one, how could we ever forget good old Mogwai? Where is he at? There he is, Mogwai the Hungry, who became absolutely immortal in my most recent Age of Wonders 3 series. I don't think we need to talk too much about him, since that one should be fresh on everybody's mind, but there's his specializations, the Goblin Warlord. And I believe that's it, so we're going to go ahead and let the game start loading here. I want to talk a little bit about, during this loading screen, I want to talk a little bit about start distance. Okay, so my game just crashed, so I had to set all that back up again. Exact same settings. We're gonna try this again, and hopefully my computer can handle this. Age of Wonders 3 has been crashing a bit more frequently as of late, but let's try this again. So we just selected Mogwai as the final leader in that group. Now, like I was saying, let's talk about start distance and how it actually works. So you can see on the screen, there should be an image up, as long as I remember to do all this in editing. There's going to be a screenshot. You can see there my city highlighted in green, and then 6 enemy cities. There's actually a 7th one in the far northwest corner underground, so if you can imagine that up at the top left there. This is the near starting distance for the enemy AI. And if you're looking at that, you can see everybody's kind of bunched up, and it was difficult to tell like a unit of measurement, but look at the number of cities between each AI. You can see roughly 1. Now look at this image. The second one has far start distance. As you can see, pretty much I'm further away from all the computers, but they're all about the same distance from each other, being on a team together, with roughly 1 city in between. So I think the start distance more refers to the team. I don't think it really affects individual players within a team, as far as I can tell. So yeah, I just thought that was kind of interesting. The one thing that is having it far apart, I think the computers may still have more room to expand kind of towards me, but I'll also have more room to expand towards them. So there's still probably going to be some of them that get crowded out, but I think it'll be okay. Alright, so the game is actually beginning here. Fingers crossed for no crashes. I just want to get it open and get it saved. Okay, so we've got, there I am, Hardica the Righteous, and click start there. And the first thing I'm going to do is make a new save for, let's see, YouTube. There we go. We'll just do that one there. And we are good. Okay, so what do we have here? Well, right off the bat, I think oh, it looks like I've got a Goblin Warlord. that is not... I like a Warlord. I would love to have a Warlord. I don't know that I want it to be a Goblin. We'll close that and come back to that decision in a minute. Let's see what we've got as far as units go. No Frost Queens, unfortunately. We got 1 Mammoth Rider, a couple Raiders, 1 Ice Skaver, actually 2 Mammoth Riders. So we can make use of that. This first battle against these units is going to be difficult, though, so we'll have to be pretty careful. There's my leader there. Nothing special just yet. Let me plan out maybe my first move and see what we can do with this. I would like to go straight after that. I'd like to go straight after this structure here. I don't think I'm going to keep that Warlord. And actually, you know what? I don't think I need to go straight after that mana structure either. I can't convert a mana node on my first turn like I often do because I don't have any mana conversion stuff. So there's not really a reason for me to cast any spells in particular right now. Let's see what I've got for research. I could go straight for sorcery. School of Enchantment I could go for in 40 turns. I don't know that I want to do that. Sorcery is pretty much always good for me because I can use it for combat spells, but this early in the game I don't really have the mana to support that. Starblades is fantastic, an early game spell. I think I should probably grab that. Let's see what combat spells I've already got. Let me go back into my spell book here, go over to the combat tab. I've got Safeguard and Swap Locations. Safeguard's a good one. Another one I really like for a unit that gets in trouble. It's really handy to have. Swap Locations, target unit trades place with Randy unit of the same tier. Probably not very useful this early in the game, but and then Empire upgrades. We just got the basics there. So I'm going to say first up probably Starblades. It gives my Sorcerer a safe thing to do for XP and can really drastically increase damage output at this stage of the game. So I'm going to start researching that. I don't think I have any spells that I need to cast on this turn, and I don't really fancy taking these guys on. While I do have some frost weaponry, I still think that I'm not ready to go fight a tier 3 unit just yet. I could also always come back with the Sorcerer who's got that ability that lets them basically take mind control a summoned unit. I don't know if they count as... I think it might be summoned unit or a unit of magical origin. I don't remember what that's called. Actually, let me check that real quick here to make sure, because although I don't know that I'll wait for this one, it might be worth coming back and it might be worth picking up some more of those, or at least planning to pick up some more of those later. We've got Magic Fist. It's in here somewhere. It's not Summoner's Aura, is it? No. No, that's a defensive spell. Arcane Binding, I think that's it. Yeah. Invades the psyche of a summoned unit or unit of magical origin. Okay. It can only be resisted by units that are immune to mind control. So I believe this would let me, it only works for 2 turns in tactical combat, but I think I could still keep the unit after using that. I don't play Sorcerer very often, so you guys may have to forgive me if I'm wrong about any of that. But yeah, okay, so I think it is time to plan our first move. I'm going to move this Ice Scaper over here and just kind of scout with him a little bit just to see what's on that tile. We got ourselves a bunch of elves with pikes. That's not exactly what I wanted to see with Mammoth Riders, so maybe we don't go that way just yet. Probably should be looking for easy pickups. I don't know that I'll actually do any battles on this very first turn. I think maybe it's best to just explore. We'll take advantage of that Arctic running that the Frostlings have. I can move and explore much further on my first turn. I can see up here there is this that lets me see another Frostling city over there, so I at least know where to expand to go talk to my neighbor. There's also, let's see, a knight. See, this looks a little bit more my speed here. I think I might end up going for that. Who's got the most movement here? The Ice Scaper has 28 by default. Can he make it back up there? Yes, he can. Thank goodness for Frost Running. That's really nice. I think what I'm going to do is try to clear this structure on this first turn. Get an immediate first building in my capital. Get off to a good start there. I'm not sure if I want this Ice Scaper. The problem is I don't know how far that mountain range goes north or south. It looks like the south end of it there because you can see some forests. But it's difficult to tell because there's not a road going directly to it. So I'm trying to decide whether I want to bring the Ice Scaper up to help with this battle, or whether I think the rest of these 6 units can handle it on their own. I think previous experience has taught me to bring more force than I think, and right now losing a unit would be worse than... Yeah, I think right now losing a unit would be worse than being delayed a turn in meeting my next city. So we're going to bring everybody for this fight. I'll bring this guy back, maybe bring him there, and we'll have somebody with 32 movement go here, which will make it easier for him to catch up with everyone. Bring them up there, and this should work pretty well. I do still have quite a bit of movement left, so I can go a bit further here, not with everyone, but with some of these units. We're gonna attack with probably, let's say that Mammoth was 17. This should be a relatively easy victory. I do have to take down a Knight, but I think with a couple Mammoths, that should be okay. We're gonna have to manual combat this. And first battle of the new series. Here we go. I think this is probably... Now, of course, the first thing that happens to me is I get crit by a frickin' Civic Guard. Okay. And I don't really have good ways of healing yet. I don't have harmonizing energy yet. So, yeah, we're going to just have to make them pay for that. And I'm going to also, unfortunately, that Knight's going to end up charging somebody, and I don't know that there's much I can do about it. This Civic Guard decided it wanted to charge a Mammoth. I think he's made a mistake. That Mammoth can probably just take him on his own. And I would rather him not get another free shot off on somebody. So, maybe I can turn him somehow? Let's see. Maybe I can also get lucky with the Ice Scapers. There's a 50% chance to freeze that guy, which would mean I don't need to really go out there after him. The Knight can reach... You know what, we don't really have to put ourselves in danger from that Knight, I don't think. I'm gonna move these guys. Let's see, do I wanna... Because the Knight can't reach the Mammoth over here. The Civic Guard could, but the Civic Guard's not gonna do much to the Mammoth. So I think it's okay for me to go... Oh yeah, there we go, I get a crit. How does that feel? Okay. Knight can reach there. I can't quite get a unit safely in place to get a finishing hit on that thing, but... And it doesn't have sprint, though, so... It pretty much, its only choice is to melee attack the Mammoth for like 7 damage, and then it'll die. And nobody can turn the Mammoth around either, so that Mammoth is good. I think I'm going to try to kill this guy here with range attacks between my hero and my other units. So we're going to move the White Witch here, and keeping her out of range of the Knight, because I would rather be the one devastating charging the Knight rather than the other way around. We got a 50% chance to chill these guys, which means these guys have a higher than 50% chance now of actually freezing them. What I think I'm going to do is... Okay, we got that Human Priest out there too. He's a bit of a nuisance. But he's probably just going to run in and shoot stuff if he can't reach anything with his healing. I'm trying to decide whether I want the Raider up front to take a devastating charge for the Knight just to lower his guard, but I don't think that I do. In fact, what I think I would rather do is let the Knight run in, and on the next turn, try chilling him with the White Witch and then freezing him with the Ice Scaper. So I'm going to leave this guy back here. We're going to move the Ice Scapers here. Actually, we're going to move Arctica here. She can't do anything useful with spells yet. Really can't do anything useful at all. But what could you do? Do 4 to 6 damage. You know what? It doesn't really matter whether or not I freeze these guys. As long as I'm out of range of that knight. Okay, yeah, I'm a guarantee to kill here, so... There we go. I did freeze them, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, we'll line up. I don't need to worry about AoEs or anything here. The one thing I could do is leave my mammoth there as bait for the knight, and then turn the knight around. I might actually do that. Leave the raider here. Because even with that guy coming crashing in, mammoths are beefy boys. They've got 80 health. So, on defense, he's going to do 20 to 30 damage. That's still a lot of damage. Oh, wait, I got to move these guys. We don't want them taking a devastating charge. That would be bad for their health. 20 to 30 damage is still a heck of a lot, but it will make that knight significantly easier to take down if his guard is down. So I think I'm going to try to lure them in with that mammoth. All right. That, I believe, is good. Now, this is the end combat button, because now I've been playing Planetfall, or end turn. Now I've been playing Planetfall. I'll guarantee you guys I'm going to get these mixed up. But end combat round looks good. Alright, so those guys are doing what I thought they would do, going after that mammoth. That's fine. Oh, those are actually archers, not a civic guard. That knight did what I was hoping he did, and he low rolled, which is nice. And then they'll follow in with some Spirit Ray. Altogether, not bad. That Civic Guard dies like I thought it would. And the Mammoth over there, he's doing just fine on his own. Now, with the Knight with his guard down, I can now move up. Or, actually, you know what? I don't think I want to move up. The goal is to chill him here, not do a lot of damage. So I don't want to expose my Frost Witch to a lot of damage. I think what I would rather do is just focus on trying to chill the Knight. And from here, I can do so relatively safely. I'm going to actually move her a little further away. And I know it's not as good of a clear of a shot, but like I said, going for that chill. And I did get it. Okay. What's the Ice Scaper's chance of freezing that guy? 49%. That's not bad. And depending on whether that works... Let's see, he's got 2 hits. Pretty sure regardless of how this plays out, I can get units out to fight that knight. So I feel relatively safe putting these guys here, positioned behind that tree to get a good shot on that knight. Actually, it won't be a flank attack either way, so it makes more sense to move them around this side. Get full damage on them like that. Okay, unfortunately no freeze for me, but I can still kind of flank around them. I think what I want to do is use my hero to turn him back around the other way. The only thing is I'm worried about both the archer and the priest ganging up on my hero. So I can't really attack him head on with those guys. Attacking him from this side with the with that frostling could also be bad for my health. Could be bad for my frostling's health anyway. I really want to get this guy out and just put him on defense next to the priest to pressure the priest a bit. I've also got Safeguard as an option if somebody needs to do something really crazy. See, I'm thinking of putting my... No, that's too dangerous. My hero doesn't have enough health. She's only got 33 health. This spot is not safe for her on the next turn. Too many things. The Raider would actually be safer there. I wonder if here would be okay. You know what? I'm going to do this. Move these guys around. I'd rather risk a Raider than risk somebody else. I'm going to actually only hit that unit once. Because somebody else could finish it off with a double hit. I think this guy could. This guy also could run out and pressure. Let's see. Yeah, 13 to 19 times 2. But the second hit will not be a flank attack, so... How much damage can you do to these guys? And it's going to be higher than that. I've got Safeguard as an option, and I might need to use it on this guy. This guy should be able to finish off. Okay, here's what I can do. This guy can probably finish the knight. Oh, he didn't finish him. He came dang close, but it didn't quite get it. Okay. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, he's kind of behind things. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'll move my hero here. And kind of like this, I think. Keep her behind other stuff. Can't afford to lose her. Okay. Then I'm going to move this guy probably here. He's not going to chunk through all that guy's health by default, but he might be a bigger threat to that one. Either way, I don't think he's going to be able to hit them. So I think what I'm going to do is position the mammoth here just to generally block this guy's view. Force him to move and get different angles or go around or whatever. Just be basically an inconvenience. And then this mammoth is going to go probably here to start working his way back towards my other units, but continue to be a distraction for that archer out there. Okay, and we'll end the turn there. Now, I don't think anybody's going to go down here, but we'll see what happens. I do feel better with that knight out of the picture. Okay, he's going to go all in on those guys. They might die if the archer runs over and goes after them. Nope, the archer is going after the mammoth. Okay. The units are really taking a beating here, but no one has died, and that's what's important. Okay, mammoth can run around, devastating charge. Actually, this mammoth cannot hit that human archer at all, so what I'm going to do with it is run... I kind of need to turn that guy around if I can. Let's see. I think you might be able to help with that. Not you. Where's the ice scaper? There he is. I think he can help here. I want to get this guy facing more to this side over here. I have a small chance to freeze him, but it didn't work, but that's okay. Because I want to get that devastating charge built up, and this mammoth will just smash that poor guy to pieces. Also, I forgot, the reason that this guy took damage from the knight is because the knight has polearm. I forgot about that, so I think well, no, actually the knight doesn't have first strike, does he? Human knight. Let me check. He's got Monster Slayer devastating charge. I was pretty sure he had polearm because of that big lance he uses. No, he actually doesn't. I was wrong about that. So yeah, he must have just survived the hit. Maybe they get it as an upgrade. Nope, I was just wrong about Human Knight. So yeah, I must have just survived the couple hits. Possibly just did the math wrong. Okay, let's see here. That mammoth is probably going to die if he doesn't get some help. I'm gonna move him back behind that rock there. Actually, I probably should move him behind the tree. And the archers, how much damage can they do? 7 to 11 times 3. Behind the tree, he should be safe. I don't think they can kill him back there. Be very unlikely. Leave him on defense there. See, now it's blocked and they gotta move around the tree. This guy I want as far away from those archers as possible. Maybe they'll go after that other mammoth. These guys should be safe behind this tree here. Still reasonably close to the archers. And let's see, can you hit them from here? No, not quite. So what I want you to do is buff my sorcerer, probably. They run over here. They could get one good shot off on her or two not so good shots. You know what? I feel safer with my sorcerer right there. So yeah, you come here and buff the sorcerer. You stay there, and sorcerer can stay there. Alright, I think everybody is okay. As long as they don't crit. I guess if they crit, that could be bad. Okay. Mammoth lives to see another day. And this mammoth can start working its way out there with his 50 health. while this one backs off. Well, actually, maybe this one doesn't need to back off, because I could probably kill those guys on this turn, I think. Well, just in case, I'll move him here. I want to move this White Witch. Ooh, do I think I can get them all on this turn? I've got a chance to freeze them. The White Witch has a chance. I'm gonna... Can I cast Safeguard on my hero if I need to? Yes, she can. Okay. Alright, so for now I'm gonna move my hero out here. I might need to safeguard her, but we will see. Yeah, this is good for now. I'll move the White Witch here. And we'll try to get that... the Raiders have a shield, so they're a little more resistant to all that ranged stuff she's going to throw at me. Can get these Raiders over here. They can't really do anything about it on this turn, though, but I'm pretty sure I can kill these guys. Okay, so I'm going to move the White Witch here and try to chill. Okay, they resisted chill, but I've got my Ice Scapers here, and they can... I think I called them a Raider a second ago. I got them confused with one of my Raiders. Okay, I got the freeze. That pretty much ends this, so... Okay, cool. A little harder than I anticipated for that first battle there. I really got beat up pretty good. So, but I got a building on my first turn. For me, the laboratory far more important as a sorcerer. I want to get that research in. Okay, so since I was able to handle that battle without a hero, my units are gonna need... Hey, well, we got health stuff right there. Who's got a decent bit of movement? This Raider does. I think I'm going to have him go try to make contact with that city. He's still got 14 left. Hopefully there's a path through or around or above these mountains or something. Looks like wetlands there. It's like a lot of wetlands and mountains and water. That's not convenient. I think going south around is probably better. He may need to go on a little trip. The rest of this army, I think, needs to go pick up some food. They kind of got the crap beaten out of them. We'll leave them all together for now. Actually, there's no reason for me to not explore just a little further. That was 15, 12, 9. She can move here and just fill up as many map tiles as I possibly can. 11. Then back. Okay, and then this guy can go 11 or 8. So that's 3. He can't really go any further. Okay, that's good. And for the hero, I'm gonna have to pass on the Goblin. A Warlord is nice, but not one that is Goblin with low health in the ice and snow. It's not what I need right now, so I'm gonna ask for another type of hero. Protect your leader in Throne City, Allied victory, we know all that stuff. And since I got a free building, I'm gonna go ahead and go straight for the Builder's Hall, I think. I'm gonna want to do a lot of building, a lot of upgrading, a lot of, I think I'm gonna want a lot of research stuff and mana structures, of course. Alright, so we're at the end of the turn here. I'm going to do a quick Control-S, because I don't trust this game to not crash, and we can go ahead and end the turn. Alright, that's turn 1 down. Now I think my main priority that I want is to meet this city as soon as I can. I think it's still going to take me a couple more turns, but making that contact sooner rather than later is going to be important, especially considering my focus on absorbing cities and stuff around me. Starblade's in 2 turns or 1? I think it already factored in because I thought it was going to be 3. Oh, no, wait. I got a laboratory for free. So, yeah, I can get Starblades in 2 turns. That's right. So it should be 1 turn on this. Yep, there it is. 1 turn now. Handle hero join offer. Well, it's a Draconian Druid. Again, not exactly what I want here. I'm going to probably ask for another one and then just take whatever I get. Alright, let's take you down here. Oh, wait, I think I actually can't. Oh, that city's freaking huge. Holy crap. Hello. Yeah, peace treaty. And let me know when you're ready to talk. Oh my gosh, okay, I wasn't expecting to be able to meet them for a few more turns, but their borders are gigantic. Okay. And there's a magic library there too. Very, very good for me. I was hoping to find one of those pretty soon. I am going to use this guy to go pick up that gold over there, I think. See, he can kind of... I'll have him sort of go south through the trees and explore a little bit down here. They slow him down a bit, but that's okay. I don't think these guys have forestry. No, they don't, but that's all right. They do have Demolisher, which is something that would be easy for me to forget. Okay, so this restores 20% of unit health. I want to take advantage of that. Also, I want to... No. Let's not accidentally click prepare to be destroyed. Okay, way too many spiders here to be safe to deal with right now. Wouldn't mind getting a druid for that reason, to be honest. There's a tower there. That would be nice to have. Let's start by moving here. Going up first. We'll get some health back. And then see who's in here. 2 Orc Black Knights, which are just terrifying this early in the game. I don't think I want to fight them. More melons, and we'll just pick up the last group there. Okay, that wasn't exactly the most efficient moves. I was trying to decide if I wanted to go up there further, but that's okay. I need to find something that I can safely kill. Handle hero join offer. I require another type of hero. You guys are... Don't know why it's asking for orders. You need to stay there. And I should be good to go for the next turn. Now, having Starblades in my arsenal on the next turn, that does open up some better options for me, I think. So, oh, and you know what? I should have branched people out to explore. I'm not being quite as efficient with my global world movement here, but I could have split off some of the faster units from that group and gone a little further, particularly my leader with 36 movement. Okay, hero offers to join. Well, we've got a goblin rogue. You know what? We're going to have to take it. That's okay. Rogue's not bad. I would have preferred something other than a goblin, but a goblin rogue I think is better than a goblin warlord. At least I would rather have the goblin rogue, probably. What's he got? I haven't really been looking at what these guys' unique abilities are. This one starts with backstab, and that's pretty much it. He's got sprint from the beginning, so that's pretty cool, I guess. We just got to get him out with the main army here. Now that we've got that guy, though, we've got poison damage, which opens up another damage channel for dealing with that mana node. So I think... Oh, hey, there's a pile of mana there that I didn't even notice. The blue kind of just blends in. I'm going to move my army down here. We'll grab that mana. And then we are going to need to clear this sooner rather than later. So I think we're going to make that sooner and pick that up. This guy can move around. I'm going to have him actually go around the forest to save movement, grab the gold, and then he can come out to help with this next battle. I think I'm going to want all hands on deck for this next one. And there's another cartographer's tent out there. That is good to know. Let's get these guys down as far as I can. There's scrolls of knowledge across the river. If I can find a way over to those, that would be nice. And... let's see, how's he doing on health? He did get kind of beat up, but I guess I can give him another turn to heal. The goblin can actually... he can go on ahead and grab this. I can see over there a Tigran city in the desert. So we can go meet them soon. This guy, let's see. I'm going to try to leave units that have higher movement together. Actually, the raiders do have pretty high movement. You're good here, I think. Actually, let's move everybody down a little more. This'll work for the next battle. Okay, we'll just attack it from that side. Everybody's good. And select a skill to research. What do we have next? Sphere Protection. Magic Fist is always a solid option. I could also start working on School of Enchantment and just try to get that super early. Or I could work on the strategic spells and start working towards Archangels. Hey, that I completely forgot. That's one of the big things I wanted to talk about with the Frostling Sorcerer, or why I'm even playing a Frostling Sorcerer for that matter. I'm sorry, guys. So, the Frostling Sorcerer, big part of the reason why I wanted to do this class is I've always thought Frostlings were really interesting sorcerers because of this School of Enchantment. So what this does is it gives support units the ability to inflict stun. It adds inflict stun to all their melee and range attacks. Now with the Frostling, that's really interesting because if you go to units and look up the Ice Queen, and I think some of you know where I'm going with this, the Frostling Ice Queen is classified as a support unit, and interestingly, this Ice Nova attack is considered an attack. It does do damage, and therefore, within a 3 hex radius, they can like AoE stun stuff. It's really, really powerful. Plus, School of Teleportation gives them the ability to phase in the middle of a bunch of stuff. And on top of that, if you look at, let's see, Diplomacy menu, I think is where I want to go for this. Frostling Race Governance Deity here. Frostling support units gain +2 damage and Frost Aura. Now, the wiki led me a little bit astray. This will just make my Ice Queens really good, but it does clarify Frostling support units there. The wiki actually led me a little bit astray on this because when I was first researching this class, I thought this would apply to something else, but I still have a neat little trick up my sleeve, and part of the reason I picked Keeper of the Peace in conjunction with a Sorcerer. If I exit Diplomacy here and go back in here, and let's look up the Archangel. Now this caught me by surprise. The Archangel, which Keeper of the Peace Master gets, is technically classified as a support unit, which means it benefits from the School of Teleportation and the School of Enchantment. So that means that the unit, the Archangels, when a sorcerer is using them with these upgrades, can go to Tome of Wonders and School. Actually, I think I have them both in my book here. Yep, School of Teleportation. They give not only the ability to phase, but also projectile resistance, which is huge for them. And with School of Enchantment, they can stun stuff. Like, that's really crazy good. Now, the wiki with the Frostlings Race Governance Deity 5 that I was just looking at, which we can go back and look at that again, I suppose. This Race Governance Deity, the wiki says, when you're looking at the Frostlings, it says support units gain +2 damage in Frost Aura. So initially I was thinking that applied also to the Archangels, but it does not. It specifies Frostlings here in-game, so that is unfortunate. I was looking forward to having Archangels with +2 frost damage, Frost Aura, the ability to stun, the ability to inflict daze from their veteran rank, projectile resistance, teleport capabilities. I thought they were going to be absolutely absurd, but that's okay. We can close this. Now, the one thing that relying too heavily on Archangels could be a problem is Banish, which is why I want to increase their defenses and resistances, make it as hard as possible for that to happen. But yeah, that's still really cool for me. I think that's going to be fun. So Starblades has been researched. We need to select another skill. I think for the time being, probably getting the starting work on the School of Enchantment isn't a bad idea. I think, you know what? I think probably should get Magic Fist and try to grab Harmonizing Energy, actually. So I don't really have much in the way of heals, so we'll do that. And then we'll get some of those other more powerful things. Also, probably want to think about getting a second city pretty soon. Not even beyond this extra one over here. Okay, so we can go to the next turn. Still don't need to cast any spells yet. I don't need Dome of Protection on my cities yet. I'll need to start throwing that up as soon as I meet the computers, which hopefully won't be for a very long time. Speaking of the computers, as we all know, the number one target's still going to be the rogue in this case. Elsewhere, my Whitemane, my poor Tiger and rogue, is going to have to get clobbered because we can't be having that, what is it? The rogue's T7 spell that I can never remember the name of it. Age of Deception, I think is what it is. Can't be having that. Also, I think Ganon is a big target in this one because of his Destruction Magic Mastery. I don't like that insta-kill option with his Disintegrate spell. We can't be having that either. So those are kind of who I'm hoping starts closer to me. Alright, so we'll get this raider in with the rest of the crew here. And let's go ahead and get another battle done. I'm going to attack with my leader here on this one, because she's got the most movement, but it's then going to run off in the opposite direction. So we got it up to a very likely victory here. I think this is probably looking a bit better with that goblin hero in the mix. Not really like the snow, but I think he'll be okay. I need to be careful, though, because, as always when dealing with wisps, you have to be mindful of their phase ability. They're going to spam that. Now, and you can use it to exploit them, but having that extra Node Serpent in there makes it a little bit more dangerous to do because, well, okay, I've got this going for me. Because of these two pillars of rocks here, if you look, this guy and these guys, they're all going to be able to phase up to this point. If they move forward one space, they can still phase only up to this line, which means that anyone in here is safe from the front. So what I'm going to do is actually move her here, and I can start picking on that wisp. Or let me see here. I got him too. And I think I might want to try to lure somebody. I want to lure some of these units into phasing in different various directions. So this could be a bit complicated setup here. I'm thinking about giving Star Blades to my White Witch here, but I don't think it's going to add much to her damage output. And that guy can move up. I don't want her to move up any further. That would be bad. Let me move. I'm going to move this guy here. I think I can kill this thing between all my range attackers. So, and I don't necessarily mind if that guy moves. See, these two here could move where my queen is standing and phase behind her. I'm not sure if could this guy. I think he could move and phase. Yeah, from this spot, my queen could get attacked by 3 different people, but I can block that off. Oh, she can't do electrical damage. Okay, so what I'm gonna do with her is move her to a position where I can let some things phase behind her, but not all things. I think actually I can block some of those angles with other units. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm starting to figure this out here. Alright, so I'm going to put the Ice Scapers here. I'm going to start off by trying to just chill them. Did I freeze? No, I didn't freeze. That's too bad, but okay. I'm going to also cast a spell, Star Blades, on Iggy here, or whatever his name is. And he's going to do as much damage to that thing as he can. And then hopefully she can land a 2 there and finish them off. Okay. Only barely, but she got it. Alright, now these things can come, phase, and attack her from the front, but I don't think they'll do that. I think they're far more likely to go after my leader and get the free flank attacks. They almost always do. So that one can get a space behind my leader, this one can get a space behind my leader, and that one can get a space behind my leader. So what I can do is block most of those spaces with other units and only leave my leader open to maybe 2 flank attacks. I want to try to spread the enemies out a little bit. So we'll block this back spot with that raider there. We'll block this front spot with the Mammoth. Yeah. And that leaves my leader only vulnerable to 2 flank attacks. Maybe I want her to be vulnerable to 3, though. I don't know. No, maybe not with that Node Serpent running around. Although the Node Serpent might go after... You know what? That one might go after... Oh, yeah, that one will probably go after my Goblin here, Iggy the Thug. Which means I'm going to want this Raider probably right behind it, ready to hit it in the back. I'm betting this one goes exactly to that spot, because neither of the others can reach that spot, but this guy could flank him, and these two could flank her, and they would take no damage in retaliation if they choose to do that. So I think that is actually a good setup here, if I'm predicting all of this correctly. It's getting a little complicated around here. All right, we'll go ahead and end the turn. Let's see if everything does exactly what I predicted it would do. Yep, he went exactly where I thought he would. And, oh, that guy did something different. That one can't reach my Goblin, though. I did make sure of that. Okay, so the Goblin is in a bit of trouble here. We gotta get him out. Let's see, I could do Starblades again. I could always safeguard the Goblin, too. That's a fair strategy. I do need to get those other units off of him, though, for that to be useful. Let's see, I could... 2 flank attacks on him. I bet that White Witch could just come up and... Oh, but he's got Static Shield, okay. Well, oh no, wait, that's her range attack. Yeah, she'll be fine. She can get that guy off. This guy could turn him around. He'd take 2 hits of retaliation. I think I only want him to take 1 tops, so we'll do... What's that gonna do? Maximum 22. Yeah, we'll do 2 hits. 2 hits on him. Okay, that at least turns him around. And I think it's a pretty obvious choice for what she needs to do. Get rid of that thing. Now you have Backstab, but you also have extremely low health. I could charge up if I can get another unit over there to do some damage to that thing. Okay, let me see here. I kind of want to turn that Wisp around and then charge somebody over, but I sort of also need the Ice Scaper to turn this thing around and do a little bit of extra damage to it. Oh, I thought I ended my turn for a second there. Oh, gosh. Maybe I should have given Starblades to one of these other units. He's got Static Shield. That's just a problem. I can try to get lucky and just beat the crap out of this Wisp with this. I think these guys over here need to handle that Wisp. Okay, you know what? That's fine. I can take that. I'm gonna have the Mammoth come around and get a devastating charge on it. This Mammoth can't really... Actually, we'll do it with this Mammoth. He's right in position anyway. Okay. That leaves my hero free to come help with this situation over here. Although there's not a lot she can really do. Okay, what I can do is I can move Iggy here. What does Iggy have any good spells? He's got Quick Dash, he's got Blind, he's got Panic Attack. What's the odds on Panic Attack working? Only 40%. That is not good enough to take a risk like this on. I could give Starblades. I want to kill this thing now to avoid losing the Raider, but part of me is also telling me to safeguard Iggy so I don't lose him. Swap locations is not something I want to do right now. See, what I could do is I could give Star Blades to the Ice Scaper. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is move this Ice Scaper here. And I can move... I've got a small chance to freeze. Gosh, that would be nice. I'm gonna move Iggy here for now to get him out of the Ice Scaper's way. So they can do 2 to 4, 5 to 7, and Iggy can build up a charge and attempt 2 backstabs. But if that thing hits him once, he's probably dead. Let me see here. Let's see how much damage we can muster, and if Iggy needs to run, he can. Oh, I still got that Phantasm Warrior back there to deal with too. Need to watch out for that, because these guys did take away one of that thing's action points, and it can't phase again. Although it can sprint. Crap, but Iggy can sprint too. So if I really need to get Iggy away, he can get away. So I think it's relatively safe to test these other things. I might lose an Ice Scaper here, but or I might lose the Raider here, but I'm hoping that I can kind of pull this off. So I want my hero to stay away from him for one thing, and come this way. Just get more centered in the battle. Now I can't hit it with shock because it can't be affected by shock. But what I can do is give this guy Star Blades. And if I'm really, really lucky here, I can freeze this thing. Also, Iggy needs to actually move here before I turn this around. That was almost a big mistake. So Iggy moves here. Every time I think of Iggy, I think of the Koopa Kid from Mario. That didn't really help me much. Why isn't Star Blades affecting Throw Ice Ball? It's a range attack. Why is that not... Do you not have Star Blade? He's got Star Blades. It's just not affecting Throw Ice Ball. I thought that worked on ranged attacks. Okay, well that's disappointing. I got it! I froze it! Oh my gosh, I just got so lucky. Okay. Well now Iggy can flank and backstab to his heart's content because nothing else can damage him here. Let's make sure I stay out of range of that thing. And... you know what, I'm just gonna do this. I can use Sprint. I can move here and then use Sprint to build up a charge attack. And I think Iggy could have killed this thing anyway. Yeah, I think I would have killed this regardless. But that's okay. You know, freezing it's still nice. Alright, and then I think I want this guy to come attack the Mammoth, probably. I just want to lure him as close to the Ice Queen as possible. That's the only thing he can hit, so that's what he should do. No, he wants to go after Iggy, and I can't say I blame him. Mammoth can land a devastating charge on him and still do a reasonable amount of damage. And let's see, the Ice Queen can mess him up pretty good too. Unfortunately, these guys with their dang ice ball that doesn't benefit from Star Blades can't do much. But what I'm going to do is move the Mammoth here and just take the one hit of retaliation, and then light him up with as much other spells and stuff as I can. Okay, that's a nice crit. There you go. Cool. Okay. Still no levels for my leader or for heroes or anything, but that's alright. I got some mana out of that. It's another structure cleared, and gotta reform my army here a little bit. I think for now Iggy and my hero should probably stick together. It's better to have one really powerful stack. So why don't you go? Let's see if we can. Well, where do we want to go next? Like that's a good question. I think going west makes sense. Meet the Tigrans probably. So I think it makes sense to at least send one unit out that way. Probably we'll grab this Raider and have him run out, see who he can meet. Okay, I see the desert here, so it looks like there is a land route connecting everything. I also want to take a quick peek up here and see who's standing on that. We got a couple Prentices and a couple Wisps. That doesn't look too bad, although I've had Apprentices mess me up pretty good before. That being said, those are Frostling Apprentices, so they're not going to do much damage to my Frostling units, or to the Goblin for that matter, because of his Blight resistance. So this might actually not be too difficult of a battle, considering I've got Mammoth Riders and other things more than capable of smashing those guys' little bits. But my army is beat up, so I do need some healing time. So I think what I'm gonna do is move her as far as she can go, and get the mammoths, and all the rest of her army can all go with her, I guess, as well as him. And this guy is gonna have to wait there because he's a little beat up. We'll move these guys over here, or actually we'll move one of the mammoths up here because he's got a little more movement. And this guy, I think I want to keep going this way probably for now. I want to meet those Tigrans as soon as I can, try to make more peace. So that he should be able to do on the next turn. And then I think I might wait a turn or two before attacking those guys, just to be safe, because I don't... Oh, and then there's a bunch of Fell Horses there. Unfortunately, that's fire damage, but they don't do a lot of fire damage, so I'll probably be okay. Basically, I just want to kill things and get experience right now more than anything else. In fact, knowing that those Fell Horses are there, I think I'm just going to move everybody together on that tile there. And that's the end of the turn. And you know what, guys? I think that's going to be the end of this episode. I think this was a pretty solid start. I haven't lost anything yet, at least, so that's a solid start. And plus, okay, yeah, we got this Ziggurat here, too. Can't clear that anytime soon, but that is a lot of gold income in the long run. And, yeah, we'll meet some Tigrans here pretty soon, and hopefully absorb the city before long. That's... Oh, hey, vassal under my protection in one turn, actually. We'll have to see how much that costs. I may need money. Alright, well, we'll see. Anyway, that's where we're at right now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this first episode. I think that, like I said, this is going to be a long series. This is an extra large map. There's going to be a lot of people to fight, but I think it's going to be fun going back and revisiting and beating up on some of my former characters. Hope you guys are just as excited about this as I am. I know I've been looking forward to this for a while. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. Like I said at the beginning of this episode with the little intro bit, I appreciate you guys, just all the support for the last 5 years. It's hard to believe I've been doing this for this long, but, you know, time flies, and it's been fun. So, yeah, I guess that's all there is to say. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time. Special thanks to all my Patreon supporters, including Tier 3 supporters Blitz, Braden, Dawson Horner, Jimbro, Tarsak, and Tibian Army. Thanks so much, everybody.